Hello there, all you wonderful people out there in the world of the internet. Thank you for clicking on this video. So, if I'm being honest, I've been feeling pretty down these past couple of days, and I haven't really been up to crafting decks or really playing a whole lot of Magic. But with that being said, this past weekend saw the Pro Tour happening in Chicago, and Matt Nass came out the champion using this domain Zur and Overlords deck. And I wanted to go over this deck, as well as some other more interesting brews that showed up during the Pro Tour. But today we're going to take a look at this deck, see how the Champs deck does in a best of one setting. I haven't changed out any of the cards, just exactly as it was built. It felt so smooth and just worked really well for the most part. I love playing decks that were made by pros because you know they thought about each land and each card and how many there are that needs to go in there, so it usually works a lot better. With that being said, this was made for best of 3, so there is a sideboard, and sometimes best of 3 decks just does not work in best of 1. So let's see if Domain can still come out on top in best of 1, where it seems to be a little bit more aggressive. Though this deck does have a lot of ways to deal with aggressive opponents, we'll see if that's enough to keep getting wins and climb the ladder. So without any further ado, let's just get to the games and see how the Champs deck performs. Here we go. Alright, it's a lot of Beanstalk. I think Beanstalk can win us the game. And I forgot to check. We're on the play or the draw? I think on the play, right? Maybe not. Maybe we're on the draw. No, we're on the play. So on the play, Beanstalk. Wow. All right. This again. Just get rid of the Day of Judgment. Beanstalk. A lot of Mistmoors. Did get another land, which is good. Then we'll just Beanstalk again next turn. Fear of Isolation, so they can't replay it. Alright. Backstreet. That's good. Then we can Mistmoors next turn and draw 2 cards. We can analyze the pollen for whatever answer we need. If we start drawing too much cards, we can still temporary lockdown. Actually, let's just get rid of the analyze pollen. Alright, just all the Mistmoors. We draw a land, Leyline Binding. So what we really want is at least 1 Hauntwoods. This town ain't big enough. Storm Chaser's Talent. It's a Hopeless Nightmare. Do we just go with, do we just get rid of the Leyline Binding? Let's see, 4. Or Temporary Lockdown. Temporary Lockdown gets their Storm Chaser's Talent. Well, so does Leyline Binding, right? But yeah, let's do that. I need to prevent some damage. And Flush Portico. Can we afford? Yeah, I don't think we need the lands anymore. Oh wait, we didn't have any blue sources. Oh well, that's alright. Pretty sure we'll draw into something. Okay. Go for throw. Okay. So if they're using all their removal on my tokens, That's okay with me. Nurturing Pixie. Hopeless Nightmare. I don't think we need Day of Judgment, do we? Guess we'll block there. Have one more card. Oh, is it this town ain't big enough? One, two, three, four. Now leaves me 2. This is the most ridiculous game ever. And all we need is 1 Zur to gain a bunch of life back. Yeah, they have this town. I need to prevent some damage. But there's not a lot of good targets for them to bounce on my end. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Crap, I don't have blue, do I? Huh. So I guess temporary lockdown? Right? Okay, let's do this. Don't need that. Temporary lockdown. And then we just pass the turn. We have Leyline Binding open. So they can't really okay. Now I'm just gonna Leyline Binding it now. So if they want to use this town ain't big enough, they have to use it now. Yep. Oh, excellent, excellent. All right, so we don't have blue mana. All right, that's okay. We can get blue mana with Analyze the Pollen. And still have 1, 2, 3, yeah, and still have enough mana to do what we need to do. Alright, so analyze the pollen. Okay, play this. Analyze the pollen. Grab blue. Why did I play land? Why did I play the land? Why did I do that? Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Okay, so we're just gonna do this. All attack. I should have based first, then I would have made the tokens. It's alright. Just Beza now. Gain the life. Alright. So I think we're okay. I don't think they have enough to okay. Yeah, that lets us draw a bunch of cards too. So yeah, we'll still be able to Zur next turn and gain a lot of life. Got another Zur. Let's back up. even if they have removal for the Zur. Hopeless Nightmare. Let's just get rid of one of the temporary lockdowns. We're just gonna draw all the temporary lockdowns. Do this. Do this. And yeah, all it takes is, yeah, so I kind of fumbled there where I, for whatever reason, I instinctively played the Wastewood Verge before, when I was planning on getting the island and playing the island, but whatever. Okay, it worked out in the end. All right, on the draw with a... We can at least get Overlord turn 3. If we have to, we can temporary lockdown. Let's keep it. We'll go Lush Portico into Backstreet. We'll keep the Zur. Might need... Oh, okay, this is the sacrifice deck. Okay, Horizontal Sacrifice. I should have known that. So, temporary lockdown might come in handy. Do we want a second Zur? I don't think so. Okay, opponent sacrifices their nesting bot. Surveil into... Oh, they don't... Okay, they just keep whatever's on top. Skin Doll. Draws a card, nesting bot. Alright, do we go into temporary lockdown now? Or do we go into the Hauntwoods first? I think temporary lockdown. They can sacrifice their nesting bot, but... Or Splitskin Doll, I guess. Yeah. But they don't have a very good graveyard yet. Okay, Wastewood Verge next turn into Overlord of the Hauntwoods, and that leaves open Leyline Binding. Not that there's a really good target for it, but... Alright. Green. Yes, that's what we want. And pass the turn. Okay. That is one of the better targets for Leyline Binding, because we don't want to give them any sort of free sneak bites out with. Do they run removal? I don't think they do. And there you go. And I could have gone for the Leyline Binding instead to gain more life, but let's see, I had one more. Yeah. Alright, on the play with this. Alright, I'm going to keep this, but if we don't draw that third land, it might be pretty bad. But we should have a pretty good chance of drawing our third land in this deck. Especially, we're gonna get an extra draw step with up the Beanstalk. Guess we'll start with Ride's End. Into up the Beanstalk. Alright, there we go. And then we got the Overlord. So, is opponent playing just discard, or are they playing... Okay, I don't know what opponent is playing. Okay, might as well get the thicket out first. Okay. And then we can do another Overlord next turn. We don't even have to impede it, though it might be better to impede it against the mono black. I don't know what the opponent's playing. Hopeless Nightmare, the Iron Crag, their Dimir. I want to impede this as well. And now we have Zur. And then we have Get Lost as well as Leyline Binding open. See if opponent taps out next turn. They sacrifice Hopeless Nightmare. One on top. You know, I could just get rid of the Iron Crag now. No, I could probably just get rid of whatever they're actually trying to get with the Iron Crag. Though they put a stop in their upkeep for whatever reason. So I'm hoping they tap out, that we can attack in for 10 with the 2 Overlords and gain 10 life. They play a tap land. They besiege the mirror. Okay. What are they going for? Okay, I'm just going to do this now. So I don't know what opponent is doing. Then Wastewood Verge. And I'm gonna animate this guy. And this guy. Okay. Now there's a good chance opponent got a board wipe last turn with the Besiege the Mirror. I'm hoping... Okay, they have the untapped mana. But it's a cut down. Maybe a cut down into Go for the Throat, Shojit's Edict. This Hotwoods. Let's see if we analyze like this. This? Ah, whatever. Okay. And then we get Zur. And we just animate all of our things. Pretty sure that's lethal. Yes, it is. All right. I'm not sure what the opponent was doing, but whatever they grabbed with Besiege didn't help. All right, we got Up the Beanstalk into Up the Beanstalk into, I don't know, Zur, Beza. I think we keep a hand on the play with 2 Up the Beanstalks. That's not what we're looking for right now, I don't think. Against mono red, Beza is pretty good. Though Up the Beanstalk is not the best when playing against mono red. But hopefully, play Lush Portico and Up the Beanstalk again next turn. And then turn 4, we play Beza and hope that opponent hasn't killed us yet. Boros Charm. So this is kind of like the burn version of the deck. Ooh, we want to keep that. Though, like I said, this seems like it's the burn version of the deck, so temporary lockdown might not be what we need. Shock. All right, so Hushwood Verge. It's good. If we do this, yeah. We do get a 1 mana Leyline Binding. And then we pass the turn. And then we can Zur next turn. What? Who even plays that? Okay, that was a ridiculous game, and opponent just completely mathed it out. Wow, I didn't even think about that. I was at 10 life. Okay, so my youngest daughter is home from school early today, so you might be able to hear her screaming and yelling and playing in the background. Pay no mind to it. This one doesn't have ramp, it doesn't have the beans. I think it's a mulligan. This is worse. We got the beans. Forest Verge. Dang. All right. Oh man. All right. I think this is no good. I don't think 1 beans and a Mistmoor is going to help. We're on the play. We can actually play the Mistmoors next turn. Either Hedge Maze or Lush Portico. We are up against Gruul, Delirium maybe? Alright, I think we have enough lands for now. We can Day of Judgment if they go wide. Huntsman's Redemption, okay. Ride's End. I think here we just wipe the board and just make their chapter 2 do absolutely nothing. I don't think the opponent liked that. And maybe opponent has disconnected. Yeah, whatever they were doing, I don't think they liked me wiping the board. Yeah, there's so many cheap board wipes now between Day of Judgment, Split Up, even what's it called? Temporary Lockdown. It's kind of hard to keep creatures on turn 4. Alright, opponent has, I think, timed out. Yep, timed out. And I'm just going to get the tap land out of the way. I'll keep a Leyline Binding. And MP the Overlord. Doesn't seem like... Oh, now there's a pause. So they have removal. Because there was no what's it called? They held no priority before I had creatures on the battlefield, but now that I do, they are timing out. So they probably have like a torch the tower or something that targets creatures and not, but doesn't target opponents directly. All right, so opponent has no creatures to give trample or +2/+2 to, so did a pretty good job of completely nullifying the Hunter's Redemption. I never liked this saga. I think 3 mana was just too slow. If this was 2 mana and then it gave you that 3/3 and you get to sacrifice a creature, sure. But turn 3, you get a 3/3 creature, and then you have to have creatures on board to sacrifice on turn 4, right? So I don't know. Maybe if you're running Llanowar Elves and you play this on turn 2, there might be something there. But what creature are you sacrificing, and what creature are you tutoring up? Yeah, and opponent is gone. Yeah, finally rank up to tier 1.